This episode is sponsored by I Need a Hobby Pod on Snapchat. Follow us and welcome to I Need a Hobby, a podcast. I'm this week's host, Andrew. And to my right, he had nails for breakfast without any milk, Chris.
True story, hey?
And to my left, his eyes are 3 times the smaller size than they normally are because he has spent all his weekend looking at the eclipse. Alex.
Howdy, y'all.
Alex, you should have worn the glasses.
Yeah, whoops.
You just have like a fried egg in a really big pan.
Instead I wore like
is what Alex's eyes look
my
like.
regular glasses, which at that point are like basically magnifying
Yeah,
glasses, and
exactly.
they fried my eyeballs alive.
I'm sorry about that.
So fans at home, Alex just returned from
Wait,
seeing
what's this
hold on,
podcast
Chris.
all about?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Chris?
know what's going on.
Jeez.
So, this is a podcast. It's called I Need a Hobby. We talk about challenges, hobbies, and activities. Me, Chris, and Alex. 3 recent college grads, which I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago. We might have to shed
We gotta
that part
stop
of our label, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
We're
For
too
now,
old.
that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
And we work hard during the 9 to 5, and we try to make the most of the 5 to 9.
Yes.
So every week we try a new challenge, hobby, or activity, or we just talk about stuff that we like to, stuff that we all have in common or something that we can all get behind.
So
And
usually it's
yeah.
every week we do a different challenge, hobby or activity. But sometimes it's once every 99 years we do a different eclipse-based
Seriously.
activity.
So, yeah, let's get into not what this podcast is about, but Alex, you went and saw the eclipse
Yeah, I
the
saw
other
the
day.
Great American Eclipse, I guess that's what it's called, right?
Huge, very popular.
I was down in them southern. I'm a southern boy now.
Oh, nice.
I was hanging out with them Southern Belles. What do you guys think about that?
So I'm excited.
No.
I've been practicing all weekend.
I'm excited, 1, for Alex's new accent. 2,
No, that's oh, God.
two to
That's
hear
very
about this
kind of you there, Chris.
Oh,
what do you
of
think?
course.
What do you think about
Do I have an accent now?
that? Andrew's walking out.
I don't like this.
Andrew's lying down. If people listening don't know, we are based in like New England. So
Yeah.
I went outside for the eclipse. It hit us around like
And
2:40
Chris is
p.m.
just beat red right now.
Beet
Pure
red.
sunburn.
No, but it was cloudy out, and we didn't have great visibility of it. So I saw it for like a couple seconds, but I didn't have
Did you?
glasses.
You didn't have glasses?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, so I went outside at work, and I wore some glasses for a little bit, but I didn't get
eclipse
a good experience.
glasses.
Yes.
I also
So-
think you went at the wrong time, Chris,
What time did you
because I was watching the whole time. I was at like a lake,
Mhm.
and I saw it, and the forecast in our area said like 2:40. This is the time you got to watch it peak,
Mhm.
but it was really good around 2:15. I think. It
go?
was
What did
really,
you
really good.
experience?
For us, it was just like cold, it wasn't dark, like pitch black
Right.
or anything. It just like was noticeably dark,
Like
but
dimmer?
dimmer. Yeah, dimmer. Like it really wasn't dark, but it wasn't like evening. It wasn't like a sunset kind of thing,
Right.
obviously. Or maybe that isn't
Yeah, we
obvious.
had
I don't
this
know what the
weird-
eclipse normally does, but it also could have just been because the sun was behind clouds. But I didn't have the glasses, and at around 2:15, I could look pretty clearly without any problems. Yeah,
Oh my God.
and my eyes
Superman.
are normal size.
Yeah, so I went to South Carolina. Sorry, South Carolina. That's
Nice.
how
There he
we
is.
say it. And so I was in the Band of Totality or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I saw the whole eclipse. Like the sun was blocked out,
Wow.
and probably like 20 minutes to go right before it was total. Like you could notice it was very noticeably like dimmer. It was like kind of creepy, which I
Because
assume
it
is
was
what you
during the
mean.
afternoon.
Yeah, it was 2:00 in the afternoon.
No, but for me,
it wasn't dark.
It
yet,
wasn't,
though.
but it was even less than that. Like if you had told me it wasn't an eclipse and it was
It
just
would've been
cloudy,
fine.
I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. But it also did make sense that it was dimmer because of the eclipse.
Yeah, I figured like if you didn't know it was an eclipse, you'd be driving and would have been like, "Oh, is it? It's 6:00. The sun's going down," but then you would realize the sun's like the highest point it could possibly be in the sky, and be like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
And then within like 5 minutes, it just like abruptly got extremely dark, and so it wasn't like dark yet. Everyone's looking up at the eclipse, and it's like getting to the very last points, thin,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, everyone starts like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's it. And I was like, oh, wow, that's weird. And then you guys didn't have like
Well, I will say I did
stand up ovation.
I did occasionally while I was in, because there was probably like 100 or so people at my work who went outside for this.
Yeah, it seems
was
like a lot
big
of people
event.
like left work for it.
And every now and then when people were just like sitting around talking, I go, whoa. And, yeah, it was cloudy. Like, so I mean, while
we
I
had
could
no
see,
clouds. It was
while
perfect.
I could see a little bit, like it was mostly like me looking through clouds, saying like,
Yeah.
there it is.
Right.
But also, like, we didn't get the total thing
Yeah,
at
it
all.
was
It,
what
it
60%.
I
was
think
barely.
if-
You could barely tell, probably.
if you didn't even have glasses, would you be able to see anything here in like the Northeast? Because us, us Southern belles down in tobacco country, I think I wouldn't have even noticed it until like 5% was left of the eclipse.
Yeah, I think that was an issue with it, with like not having glasses, is because you wouldn't be able to really tell because it didn't get black.
because
you
here
know?
was like 70%. I heard.
But at camp, the science guy, like the science teacher, brought in like the glasses for
Bill.
all the kids to use before the eclipse, and it was so cool. Like,
was it Neil deGrasse Tyson?
yeah, it's
Whoa.
and what's the other guy? Carl Sagan is he alive?
No, I think he's long dead.
Yeah.
He probably witnessed the last
Maybe.
total solar
Yeah.
eclipse.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But anyway, with the glasses, it was really like you could see. It's like
Yeah, the glasses
you
was
can,
cool.
You can look right at the sun.
It looks like you're looking through
And
a
it's cool.
gigantic paper towel roll
Hmm.
because everything's dark except that one little hole. At the,
Yeah.
at the
I will
top, you know
say,
what I mean?
I bet you can find some great deals on those glasses. Like some people who went like all in on buying like thousands of them and then couldn't sell
Yeah.
them, and now they're selling them for like 50
See, but
cents.
yeah, this science guy bought them for for each camper he had, which is like
Well, I think
it was way before, but still, it must have been like it was probably like the camp budget, but still, it must have been like less than $1 each.
Yeah, I was
know.
gonna say. I think originally they were very cheap, but then they started. Someone told me they bought theirs months ago when they originally planned on seeing the eclipse, and then they looked at their recent orders on Amazon, and the price like went from $15 for 10 to like $100 or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
like, something crazy like that.
It's supply
Which I
and demand,
guess
baby.
is still not crazy expensive, I guess, but it's way more than it should be. I mean, they're like flimsy pieces of. They're basically
Yeah.
pieces of paper with a little.
It's
film
like
on
3D
them.
glasses that you get at movies, except like flimsier.
Very
It's literally like a Happy Meal toy, I would say.
I want to
Right.
buy some heavy duty. I want to buy some like Ray Bans.
Some people had like
protective
I saw
glasses.
pictures of people with like welding masks on looking at it, which I guess if they work, they work.
Yeah.
Still
Very
very
weird.
strange.
That's fine.
But
yeah.
yeah, the coolest part was as I was watching the eclipse with my glasses, and I saw the moon block out the sun as it would, and then I'm still looking with my glasses, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, and then I take my sunglass or my eclipse glasses off, and you see like the massive ring of the sun behind the moon.
So you actually
Wow.
saw that?
yeah, we saw
Yeah.
it crystal clear. Like
I
it
didn't
was
see any of
For
that.
how
it
long?
was insane. I think 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
Wow,
we were
that's
in
a
like
lot.
the longest part.
So was it worth? Do you think it's worth? How much driving did you say you did
Yeah.
this weekend? What 40 hours?
I drove a lot. I can't even do the math. I'm like delusional.
yeah, I gotta
But
say.
it was fun. It was because if I just went by myself, I don't know if it would be worth
yeah,
it.
so fun road trip and then
But I
fun 2
figured,
minutes.
what else would I be doing on a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday all in a row?
Of course.
Wait, so when you were there, like, was it black? Was it pitch
It was
black or-
dark. It wasn't pitch black,
Okay.
but there were also like lights in the park we were at,
That's
which
true.
was annoying.
But was it like nighttime though?
I don't
Did it
think
feel like nighttime.
I was saying
'Cause
as
that
it
is
was
so
getting
cool.
dark, I was picturing myself. Like when it's getting dark and you're trying to play catch,
Mm-hmm.
you like all of a sudden realize, whoa, we shouldn't be playing catch right now.
Yeah,
Because like
Yes.
you can't see it until it's like.
But it's
3
like right.
Dusk. Yeah.
It's not dark, but it's
Or
just like
dawn.
getting really
right.
hard
So
to see.
as it was getting to that point,
Dude, do you not know the difference
No,
between dawn and
yeah,
dusk?
dawn is night, right?
wait, there's a song.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Wait, hold on. Dusk is night, right?
Dude.
you messed up.
You definitely messed
Edit
up.
out whichever one I was wrong.
wait. Dawn is morning.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, Chris messed up. Don't say that to me.
Dude, yeah, he messed up, but
Wait, there's
you
a
need
there's a
to be
song.
more confident in that. It's so obvious.
There was a song I was listening to recently where the guy was like, "I work from dawn to dusk." Like, that's not a big deal. Everyone does.
In the winter. for
Brag
sure,
that you
yeah.
work from dusk till dawn is a bragging point. You know.
Maybe that's why I get confused because I hear the term dusk till dawn. I don't know.
I
yeah,
think we should
That's
That's
get.
like that's during our.
I think we should make
weekends.
way with
Yeah,
it.
that's
Partying
true.
dusk till dawn.
Yeah, maybe I hear that and I think,
Yeah, I
I'm more of
think
a dawn till dusk
that's
guy.
Chris's excuse. So yeah, it was like just to the point. When the eclipse actually happened, it was like the point where, all right, we probably shouldn't be playing catch anymore.
Mhm.
So if you were driving, you'd probably like just put your headlights on. Like, ooh, it's getting pretty
Oh,
dark.
so that's not that.
So it wasn't
that's
pitch
not that
black, but it was definitely
Mhm.
dark. And they had that like 360 sunset. So
Mhm.
like you look around and everything was
Wow.
setting. And the bugs were going wacko crazy, like it was nighttime.
Actually?
Jeez.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden, as the humans started going wacko crazy, all of a sudden the bugs were like, whoa, 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 whoa. And
Maybe all
started
the
going
bugs
crazy.
were talking
See, I'm
about it,
surprised
you know?
this wasn't more of like a Y2K thing where people weren't like no one
Yeah.
was proclaiming the end of the world this time. Everyone was just like,
I
this is
tried.
gonna
I tried a
happen.
few times. Like
Did
I
you?
nudged
Yeah.
the person.
You said-
And then I saw he was reading a Neil deGrasse Tyson book. He's like, "There's no end to the world. Not my Lord and Savior, Neil deGrasse Tyson."
Ugh.
I did see a guy reading a Neil deGrasse Tyson book, and I
Yeah.
was like, "I don't even want to watch this eclipse anymore."
Neil deGrasse Tyson probably sits at home and is like, somehow thinks he's like the funniest person ever, and then
does.
goes on Twitter and is like, George Takei is nothing on me.
dude, they're the same. They're
They
the
do a
same
whole
to me.
episode on
Oh,
George
God.
Takei.
George
Facebook
Takei
memes.
versus Neil deGrasse Tyson
Jesus.
in the hobby off.
But yeah, the eclipse was wild. Another thing that was weird was everyone was like, "Whoa, we got to see how animals react to this." Other than the bugs, like what animals would react to the
Yeah.
eclipse?
Like squirrels.
We were in the deepest part, and it was only 2 minutes. Like, so most parts of the eclipse were like maybe like 45 seconds or so. What are the animals gonna do? Like
Mhm.
just be confused for a few seconds and
Probably,
then maybe
yeah.
take a nap?
Yeah, take a nap.
humans- I think-
Oh, darn you, son.
The humans acted weirdest of all.
That's true.
They were going crazy. One lady,
Yeah.
I swear to God, was crying, crying from the eclipse.
Actually?
Wow.
That's insane. I was like getting mad.
Wow.
I walked by and she was dabbing her eyes. Unless she was
Maybe she was just dabbing.
unless she was looking at it without glasses on, maybe.
Yeah,
Then she was just crying blood.
that's funny.
But yeah, it was cool.
All right. Well, Alex,
And
I
I'm,
got to
uh,
ask a question. Is when you were there, do you happen to be using the Snapchat or anyone using Snapchat?
Yeah.
Oh,
to-
the Snapchat.
Well, the thing is,
Get a video.
I did take out my phone to try to Snapchat it, and it just didn't capture.
I will
the
say,
true
I was
beauty.
honestly, I was sitting there at work looking on Snapchat, hoping you would post something.
Yeah.
I did have a few other friends who
yeah.
posted things.
Instead,
but-
he did the old reverse selfie over the shoulder kind of.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You know, like that was like a thing.
Like the MySpace selfie?
No, people said like, here's a life hack. If you don't have the glasses,
like
put
look
your
at your
front facing
phone.
camera and then look at your phone and then like look over your shoulder. And it's like
Oh,
that ruins the whole
that's
experience.
sad. That's so sad to me. Wait,
So
I
Alex
think it's
just
even
posted, like-
sadder that I assumed you were talking about MySpace.
Alex just posted like 20 selfies, like loving this view.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
God,
clips
that would make me
looking
so
good.
sad.
Yeah.
It's just-
Eyes still 2020.
And then yeah, by the end, like we were talking about, it was just like so shriveled, insanely
Yeah.
shriveled. You could see the
Your
transformation.
pupils are raisins.
Yeah,
it seems.
Wait, what'd you say at the beginning? Such small eyes you have, Alex. Better to see the eclipse with it.
There we go.
Okay.
The next eclipse like this apparently is going to be in 2078.
No, I saw 2024.
So I think 24. There's a total one, but it's not going to hit the United States like this one did.
No, it is.
No, it's not going to hit like the whole United States. That one's just going to hit like New
Oh.
England.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
This
so
next
we're
one
good.
is going to be like, because there's been more total eclipses
right. But
than 1918.
that one
whatever
was
this
the whole
was.
USA. So
It's just the size.
yeah,
of it.
I was kind of bummed that I didn't really take this one seriously. Not that it really matters, but
Hmm.
maybe in 2024 it'll
Yeah.
be. It said like Canada and then
like
New
Montreal,
England and
Vermont
stuff.
area.
So
yeah. That'd be worth
that'd
the road
nice.
trip.
So yeah, maybe 2024 we probably won't, but 2078 we'll probably make an episode on the
Yeah.
Great American
That
sounds
Eclipse
pretty good.
2,
I think that's
sponsored by
episode
Snapchat.
34,429. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
something,
right.
something
Imagine
like
the
that.
eclipse goggles then.
Jeez.
man.
Still probably lame.
Maybe
I'll
they'll be
probably
those-
keep my own eclipse goggles.
We'll all be wearing welding masks
Yeah.
in 2078.
Wow, I'll still be like doing the selfie, the MySpace style selfie.
All right, so let's get to what the
Speaking
episode's about.
speaking of MySpace styled selfies,
Yeah.
let's talk about something that changed the selfie game for good, or for worse. Am I right?
Perhaps
Tune in to
created-
find out.
Created selfies?
No,
Maybe.
no, not me.
So when did Snapchat come out? Does anyone have a rough
I
idea?
think Snapchat. I
I
remember.
heard Snapchat was out during the first total American eclipse in 1918.
Sure,
if I
but it didn't
recall.
get big till I think like 90 years later. No,
Yeah, until
even
2000
longer. So I'm trying to think
when
when
we were in
but
high school,
I remember.
Snapchat was around.
I remember my friend. One of my friends was bragging that he had Snapchat summer going into college, and he thought
Yeah.
that was early. And
Hmm.
I that's probably
Uh,
true.
and you applauded him.
Well, I,
Yeah, I
I had
applauded him.
Snapchat then too, and that's not. I'm not an early adapter of anything. You know,
Mhm.
there's no way I got Snapchat because it was like an app that no one's discovered, and I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
People must have been talking about.
That's true.
Snap-
For us,
and
the
that's
summer
why I
going
got
into
it.
college would be summer of 2012.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I think
Well, I
probably came
had
out a
it.
couple years before.
I had it in high school. I know I had it in high school.
Mhm.
Maybe he had it senior year too. I don't
Yeah.
know. But,
Yeah, this
but
guy's
I don't
lying.
think junior.
I think this guy's
I don't
lying
think
too.
junior year.
I don't know. I don't
20,
think so.
2010,
No,
2011?
because I didn't
think
get
so.
my. I don't think I even had a smartphone.
Everyone was
then.
still playing Draw Something.
Yeah.
The original
Too busy.
Snapchat.
I will
Yeah,
say. So I
kinda.
think when I think about Snapchat, I think.
Well, let's talk about the. Why don't we talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
the
trying to think.
evolution
Like
of
it's,
Snapchat?
that's
Sure.
word for word. I was about
'Cause
to say
here's
the
one
evolution.
thing-
It started, and I remember one of my friends telling me, "You hear about Snapchat?" And I said, "No, tell me more." And they said,
Girls send you naked
send nude
pictures."
pics of yourself and others
All right. Well, this
to
is
others.
this is something
And
that
this was Evan Spiegel talking
Yeah,
to you.
exactly. He was
Snapchat CEO.
Is that the creator.
I-
Hey,
I was
Chris, just me and you should be the only ones with Snapchat.
I was a
Whoa.
I was an early angel investor.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I passed.
High school classmate of mine, Evan Smeagol. I don't know about that.
Evan
Yeah,
Spiegel from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he's just naked, looking like Smeagol, sending Chris Snapchats.
I'm
walking around with
somehow a host of Shark Tank.
Spiegel is pitching you.
But what I'm saying
this
is,
the Precious as an app.
Yeah. You're my precious Chris. Ah, former classmate of mine, Evan Smeagol. Why are you doing this? Just me and you have this app.
And he still sends me Snapchats
Yeah.
and say, "You're my precious Chris," which is,
And yeah,
He sent a naked Smeagol style photo with the full eclipse in the background.
there's no way Spiegel
geotagged
could look
as
good.
South Carolina.
hashtag Smeagol style.
And it said, "You take my son away, Chris." Evan Smeagol, what are you sending this
Jeez.
for?
But yeah, so I guess when Snapchat came out and it was this nudie picture sending device,
Right.
what did you think? Like,
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Snapchat now,
It's
you
evolved
get
so much.
It's so
many
different.
celebrities saying, "Hey, follow me on Snapchat."
Mhm.
Imagine like Jim Gaffigan telling you to follow him on Snapchat in 2012. That's disgusting.
yeah,
You know?
might go to jail.
But
for that.
now it's like if a celebrity doesn't have a Snapchat, it's weird.
yeah, and
Not necessarily weird.
It's like
I think like
Noticeable,
Instagram
I
has
guess.
reached that level. Like a celebrity
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have Instagram, then they'll be like a fake person. Like Twitter used to be like that before.
yeah, I don't even know.
Downfall.
Do you know any celebrities that don't have Instagrams?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe-
Maybe off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
I'm not
maybe
big on
Evan Smeagol.
Instagram, but yeah, I guess like Snapchat turned from this. So high school.
All right, back to the
you said you're on
evolution,
it. So when you were early using it, because I didn't get it till much later, what were you using for it? Was it
So I think you just sent funny pictures. Like I know I had
There were no
This is
stories.
no
back then.
stories.
no
Yeah.
stories. Did you guys have it pre-stories?
No, so see, I didn't.
I was
Oh,
so
really?
late. Oh, I was so
Oh,
late.
Yeah,
so what I
which-
did was I had it and then I deleted it and then I got it. So I was a late adapter. I was too late to be an early adapter of the first Snapchat.
Mhm.
And then when Snapchat got cool, I was too late to be an early adapter of that
Wow.
too.
That's
I think
funny.
I'm a loser, guys.
It must be.
But yeah, I think you just sent funny pictures. I don't even think you could send video at first. You just sent
No.
pictures and
Wow.
then you had top friends on Snapchat.
Mhm.
So when I stopped using Snapchat for a while, I remember, and you could see other people's top friends.
That's so insane. that they
MySpace
did
style.
that.
Nothing. No social media does this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it was first starting, every social media was like it had to have a top friends list. I remember my brother would send pictures of my top friends list to me and say, "Haha, you have no friends," because I stopped using Snapchat.
Yeah, it's like you, your other brother, and that's it. Because you couldn't even find a third.
Yeah,
friend.
and Evan Smeagol, and
Yeah.
I blocked him. Well, I tried to block him, and he would
See,
go into the code and unblock me.
Yeah.
I would hate having that still a thing now because I feel like Snapchat. I mean, this is getting a little ahead, but it's on topic. Is Snapchat? I feel like is so quick
Well,
to put you with the best friends with
Yeah,
someone.
we've talked that there's strategy sometimes to like who your best friend is on Snapchat,
which is insane.
It's crazy. You can like
And-
stack it. Yeah.
but thankfully no other people. Like if I have so in Snapchat now, if you're best friends with someone, you have like I think you have a blushy face first,
yeah.
and then if you're number one best friends with them, you have a gold heart.
No, that's mutual though. It has to be mutual.
Right. That's what I mean with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But the other thing is
But
that
no one else could see that you're number one best. No
Right.
one could see except
Anything.
you could see for each other, but no one else could see.
You can only
Yeah.
see your friend. You can only see your streaks
Right.
and everything. But another thing is that you there's no way of knowing if someone's so sorry when you know that smirk face that
the blushy face.
no the smirk one.
Yeah. They're like you've been Snapchatting a
Yeah.
little bit too often. Like the smirky face was like
It's like,
the
oh,
face
hey
you,
there.
the smirky face is like the face you give someone if you both have Snapchat in 2012. If you know what I'm saying?
The smirky face kind of reminds me of George Takei. You know that face he makes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my.
God, I would hate to be Snapchat friends with George Takai.
George
Yeah, maybe I'll add him
Neil
after this.
deGrasse Tyson on Snapchat.
They're probably like red hearts. They're probably like the pink hearts with each other. It's like
Yeah.
1 year long best friends.
yeah.
That's funny.
Still rivals though.
Yes. So early on, also.
Wait. I want to get to
Yeah, what were you
this.
saying?
So the smirky face.
Yeah.
Chris just found out what this was yesterday. Do
The
you not,
smirky
do you
face
not
is
know
like-
what this is?
I didn't know
Alex,
what any
you're
of these
friends with
emojis
each other
were.
or something.
No,
right?
the smirky face is your. No, dang it! I always mess this up.
Oh God.
You
See, this is what I
you
mean.
are their best friend, but they are not your best friend.
See,
is
I
what
don't
the
like
smirky
that
face is.
because
Yeah.
now I feel like
Yeah,
people
so
are judging me.
It's weird, right? So, but the thing is that there's no way of knowing. Like, for instance, when you have the blushy face, you don't.
What?
The blushy one that you
Oh,
talked
I
about.
thought you said blunchy.
I
Like,
think-
what does that even mean?
It's like a weird British something.
It's like a weird British breakfast.
A blunchy cake.
When you have the
The blunchy face.
the blunchy one with someone, that only means that you are that
Like
they
you're
are
on-
your best friend. Like, I could have the blushy one with you, but you might not have it with me,
Oh.
and I would never know because I
Really?
just see the best friend. But you would see that smirky one. That's the
Oh,
difference.
oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
So there's no way of knowing that your best friend is also they are best friends with you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Unless
there's
there's
no
the
way
gold-
of knowing that unless you have the,
the
gold
gold
heart.
heart,
Yeah.
right.
Does that make sense?
Gold
Chris?
heart is like the supreme
What?
level of best friends. I feel like this whole
Yeah.
thing might be actually a pyramid scheme of friendships somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Wait, did that make sense? Because I want the listeners to understand. If you don't understand, you're probably indicative.
Well,
of
first,
most of the
it's
listeners.
going
I
to be
might have passed
impossible to
that, but yeah,
understand
I get
because
the
like
gist.
we're trying to describe how it works
While
and
describing
also
a face.
describing emojis.
Yeah.
And the
So
fans
it's
can
gonna
just
be
Google
impossible.
it if they're still confused.
But yeah, the weird
Well, you
part
can look
is,
at friend. You can do it actually. That's how we did it on Snapchat. I forget exactly how to do it, but if you go to settings and then you can
Oh, it
find something.
explains?
Yeah, it says friend emojis and it
Oh.
has what they all mean.
Yeah, the weird part of Snapchat is there's a ton of stuff in the settings,
Mhm.
but you really never have to go in there.
Yeah.
Like
That's
there's
true.
stuff.
I can't
there's
remember the
like
last time I've ever done it.
you could make your own
Snapcash?
geotags. Snapcash. I remember when that was insane when it came out.
I have
Like,
no idea what that is.
you could send people money somehow on
Basically
Snapchat.
like Venmo, or you can do it on
I
Facebook
guess
as well.
maybe it must be. And I remember people are like, "This is the start of the new age of prostitution in our
Oh,
high
shoot.
schools." And
It might
instead,
be.
instead of nothing
Fades
happened.
in the-
Jeez.
Absolutely nothing.
A la
happened.
Yeah.
Google Plus.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
So,
Google
if
Plus,
I may,
the Vine of
Yeah.
social media.
all I remember about the start of Snapchat, one of my early memories of Snapchat was Andrew not liking Snapchat.
Yeah.
And it was like me saying like, also,
So what year was this? You think?
So this was probably what
2013,
Freshman,
2014.
In college.
sophomore year.
In college.
So I'll say I didn't have I had like a sketchy smartphone like starting freshman year that didn't have Snapchat.
Sure.
So I first got Snapchat, I think like
Dude,
sophomore year.
I need to call you out for a sec.
What?
You've done this with, I think, every social media account, maybe even Facebook, is that Chris gets this social media account and doesn't post for like
Yeah.
6 months to a
I know
year.
about this.
Yeah.
So he did that with Twitter. He just followed like two funny people on our
Yeah, I
track
did,
team
yeah.
and just looked at his whole newsfeed
But-
was two people.
Oh,
and
that's
then,
weird.
And then
That is weird.
And then he
I
started
was gonna,
posting like a
defend
year
Chris.
later. And then he did that. He has that with Instagram right now.
Right.
You can follow him on Instagram.
But the
and
thing
he
is,
has no posts.
but the thing
Chris
is with
Day
like,
pics, follow me. Maybe I'll post one day.
some of these social medias, you don't really need to post.
That's
Like,
true.
You
I
can
think-
enjoy Instagram and Twitter. Now, if you only follow 2 people,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah, that was that.
Just get a group chat with them or something.
That's true.
They're funny.
But yeah, so Snapchat, I think I originally also had somewhat negative opinions, and I think Andrew like inspired me for most of them. But eventually, once I got it, even
Nice.
when I got it, I
Thanks,
still didn't
dude.
use it that much. And
That's
I
what I'm
think,
saying. You
I
had
think-
it and you just lurked.
yeah, and I think until
That's creepy.
the stories became a thing,
oh, so you
that's-
had it pre-stories.
I had it pre-stories, but I think that's when it like got
That's when it took off.
exciting. That's when it took off because it was like then it was social media. It wasn't like
Right.
because in my head I was like, oh, I can text someone a picture. Like, what's the deal with Snapchat?
Mhm.
I agree with that, but now I feel like I don't even care about the stories. I use
Mm.
Snapchat to send funny pictures and to receive funny pictures.
That's true.
Oh,
the,
see.
the stories like I could care
Dude,
less about.
that's what I think you're missing out on is like you can do that with the stories. I love doing that with the stories is like taking these funny pictures to a new level that I would send to you guys and try to make one that's a little more general that I think is funny that I want people to see.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not
that's
against
what
it.
that's how I use the stories. And I feel like personally I feel like Snapchat humor is like super untapped. Everyone is just using the stories as like check out my night of partying or
Yeah.
my food
Mhm.
like
Well, I don't know. Who do you follow that would like I feel like the people we follow that I know we all follow that would be funny are very funny on Snapchat. Like,
Right.
Maybe
No,
you
that's
follow
what I mean.
people
Like,
that aren't
actual
or just
comedians
aren't trying
that
to
do
be
it, but
funny.
like, but I don't know. Maybe I don't want to like toot my own horn because I don't think I'm that funny. I just do it for like myself.
I just have a
But I feel like
podcast.
no one like I try to be like a character in my Snapchat basically because I think it's funny. Like
Yeah.
I like creating fake stories that are like stupid and like well I don't know.
Right.
It's hard to
Yeah,
explain.
no, I
but
kinda
think
feel
if you-
too.
but it's so underused. No one
Yeah.
does that. No one does it.
'Cause
people
it's
have tried.
Really funny.
Yeah.
People-
I've-
everyone should do it.
I've
Yeah,
definitely
I-
posted a few. I think my thoughts are because I used to be pretty into Twitter,
Right.
and that was like I'd like to post stuff, like funny stuff.
Yeah.
And then that I remember when Snapchat stories were a thing. I'm like, oh, maybe I can like make this be the next thing. But then I don't know, something about like videoing myself and like I have posted like stuff like
Dude, and
Andrew
we do
said.
it with the I Need a Hobby Pod Snapchat.
Of course,
Stuff
yeah.
like
Right.
that is totally
Yeah.
untapped on Snapchat.
Exactly.
And it's so funny to
yeah,
us
but
at least.
do you think it is, or are you
I
just
do think
not
it is.
following the right people?
Well, I'm not talking about celebrities. Like you don't have to be a celebrity.
But I have friends who are posting.
But what I'm saying is
stuff, too.
the people you follow aren't probably thinking like, oh, I think this is funny, so I'm going to post this. Like,
I know.
or are they? I
why
don't know who
not?
you follow.
No, it's I don't know. I don't want to like insult. Everyone can do whatever they want on Snapchat stories. I just think that at least for me, the Snapchat stories have made me feel like way more comfortable with just posting stupid stuff because
'Cause it goes
there's
away.
no likes and it goes away.
Yeah.
So I don't really care what I post because if I think it's funny, then it's funny. And then, yeah, did you hear that? I'm like I am the new standard
Yeah.
for what is funny.
But I think it's funny. Then it isn't funny. Period.
If I think it's funny, then I don't care what other people think. I'll just post it.
Yeah.
Because there's no need for like a gratification of like getting likes or something. So I just think that
I
people can do that as well, and I feel like it's underutilized.
I agree.
It's really
with what
helped me
you're
out
saying.
personally. It's really helped me out.
I
personally,
just
like in your just all around life, you feeling
Yeah, like I
better
really,
human?
I really feel like that. Me posting Snapchat stories has no joke
has made me a good person.
has made me feel like a lot more comfortable a bit in random settings.
Hold on.
Andrew's
Is
Snap
that
stories-
Evan Spiegel standing behind Andrew with a gun?
Say it.
No, I can
I'm a
feel
good
that.
person now.
I do like
I'm
that.
dead serious.
There is something about it's like doing
Well,
this
hold on.
freaking
That-
podcast. It's like hearing yourself talk for an hour. It's like,
Mhm.
all right, now I'm used to it.
Yeah, we
Oh.
don't like.
Yeah.
We used to not like our voices. Probably. I don't know. That's a
I've
common
always
thing.
loved my voice, but
Yeah.
now
Alex
I
I
hate it.
Will.
disagree.
What's the guy's name? Frank Sinatra over here.
Yeah, I've always loved my voice. I've always loved this southern charming voice of mine. Miss, give me some sweet tea and cornbread. What do you think of that, guys?
That was good. Was that
Let me-
Frank?
that was
Frank
that was
Sinatra.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I agree with what you're saying about the social media aspect of Snapchat. I think I'm past the point in my life where I care about posting on social media.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Like, I think I'm just like, I stopped posting on Twitter.
Yeah,
Twitter's also a dead
R.I.P.
social media platform.
Mhm.
But
Follow us. I need Hobby Pod.
except for I Need a Hobby Pod posting away.
I think
every
we
few
posted
months.
once,
tweet
like,
there
6 months
I
ago.
tweet there every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't. I think I would probably do the same thing. Like, it's a platform to get whatever you think is funny out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But if I think something's funny, I'm just going to send it to my friends now instead of
Mhm.
posting it.
Yeah,
sure, and
that's
that's
just
fine.
what I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah,
Because I wish Snapchat was around when Facebook first
I know.
started.
Yeah.
Because I'll post like in 2010 or whenever I had
I'd be on
Facebook,
fire on Snapchat.
I'll go back and see like this if you think I'm hot and think I should bring back my southern accent. And now I go back and I'm embarrassed for posting that.
And you just got one like, so you
And
brought
I-
it this
so I
morning.
brought
from
it
that
back.
status.
But now I look back and it's still there, and I'm embarrassed because it's 7 years ago.
That's-
Yeah.
Whereas on Snapchat, it would be
Snapchat's
gone
totally
forever,
gone.
and it would be
Yeah.
it's perfect because
Yeah.
it could be funny in the moment or it could be good in the moment, and then it's gone.
I feel like we have so much to delve into here. I wanted
Seriously.
to.
These guys wanted to do an episode.
Yeah.
That's not true.
To
That's
do
not
an
true.
episode on all social media and just lump
What do you mean that's
Snapchat
not true?
in.
We
I
talked
bet
about-
it is true.
It's not 100% true.
Okay, well, yes, it is.
Here's my counter argument. It is true. But
I thought, yeah, because when you guys said that, I was like, hold on. First of all, if we do that, there's no way we're getting into Snap Cash.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Thank
fair.
God we got into that.
Yeah.
No, but there's so much like, what about filters? I feel like
Yeah.
filters really.
wait, I
like,
want to.
staple.
Before we get into filters, I want to get into something you just mentioned about you as a high schooler.
Oh
on-
God! What
on
are you gonna make fun of me as a high schooler?
wishing you could use Snapchat like as a young high school or middle schooler. And so I was like, at the camp I work at with CITs, I kind of asked them, not in prep for the episode, but just in general. I was like,
Yeah, okay.
like
You did.
I
bring a
see their
notebook.
Snapchats and like their streaks are like insane. Like they have like multiple hundred
that's
streaks. and
that's another
stuff.
weird part
That's
of Snapchat.
crazy.
That
It's really interesting. And here's the craziest part, I think. For like if we have any high school listeners, they'll probably be like, "Oh, this is nothing." But but people our age, like, so they do this thing. Maybe I'm gonna sound like an old man or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that Snapchat is like what's making me realize I'm not like
Yeah.
hip
Yeah,
anymore.
But
it's like,
anyway.
I think I get Snapchat. But
So-
I don't know
so-
if I do.
don't even
maybe
get
this
started
is
on
middle schoolers,
Bitmoji.
maybe this is high schoolers. I don't know, but they would do this thing where it's just a picture of nothing, and the caption is streaks and recents,
Yeah.
and they just post nothing.
Wait, recents.
Recents is like your recent people you've snapped.
Oh.
So I don't know
Huh.
how they do it, but it's just like streaks and recents. So you
That's
just
like-
look for all your streaks, boom, boom, take a picture of nothing, so you get a streak, which means nothing. And it's so ridiculous. And then other people like at this camp are like, oh yeah, my friend's at sleepaway camp, so she gave me her phone, so
phone,
I
right?
could use
Or,
so
like,
I
give her
could
an
so
account.
I could keep her streaks.
That's
It's like,
insane.
whoa,
That's like a like for like though. When we were
Exactly,
getting, it would be like a
exactly.
like for like,
That's-
and then
yeah.
you would like something random, or
Do you
like a
guys
follow for
Follow
a
for
follow
follow.
back.
Do you have
Yeah.
any
Sub for sub.
any streaks? I like
no.
every now and then I'll see a streak of like 5 days or whatever the minimum is, and I'm like, whoa, and then it'll go away the next day. Like I've never had like a double-digit streak.
See, I wish we could get more streaks. Like Alex and I, this is my claim to fame, which is so
Huh?
lame. We once had a 17 or 19 day streak.
I feel like I've had longer streaks
Oh,
than that. To be
not with me
honest.
though. I'm sure you have. But
Oh,
for me, that
okay.
was really like yeah, like I've been sending funny pics to Alex every day.
Yeah, I love. I mean,
But that's it. Like,
I have blocked both of them, so I can't see
Yeah.
them. But yeah.
weirdly not blocked Evan Smeagol yet though.
Yeah,
weird
my
enough.
only follower.
There is a weird like video game aspect of Snapchat.
Yeah.
That I think we are just
Yeah.
we're too old for it,
too old
maybe.
for it.
Because then there's also all those like what are they called, like kind of like awards you can get. It'll be like replay a snap 10
Yeah,
times.
Like
or,
badges.
like-
There's
Yeah.
so much weird parts
yeah,
of
that I
Snapchat.
don't know a single thing.
That is
about.
like, who uses this?
Yeah.
You know, like who does
See,
this
and
part of it?
One final story about the streak thing, which I thought was crazy, is one girl was basically bragging. This girl was like going into 10th grade about how she had a 200-something streak.
With Evan Smeagol.
Yeah.
And then
And
you
it-
just
and-
pan the camera to the left, and Evan Smiegel's in handcuffs getting arrested for having a multiple 100-day snap streak with a 10th grader.
But so do you guys notice when the streak's about to go away, that gives like an
Yeah.
hourglass?
Uh-huh.
The hourglass
Oh, right.
means, I looked it up, it means you have, I think, or I don't know actually, but I think the
so.
streaks actually go away in 28 hours. I'm pretty
Mm.
sure. I think it's 24 hours, and then they give you the hourglass, and they say, hey, like 4 more hours.
Ooh.
This
That's what
girl
they
said
call the
that
danger zone.
this girl
Just
said that her
just be
streak
nice.
went away wrongly without any warning with the hourglass, and she contacted Snapchat and got it back.
She
Isn't that
held
insane?
Smeagol at gunpoint and
That's
said,
so
"Give
sad.
me
Isn't
my
that
streak
insane?
back."
Like,
one of the saddest things you can do.
That's
that is super sad.
But at
that's
the
what
same
people
time-
care about.
But at
now.
the same time, who knows? Like if I think back, and it's not the
Wait,
same
that's
thing.
I don't think that's true. Do you think that really happened?
yeah.
You believe a 10th grade girl?
yeah,
You don't. I feel like that's one of those stories
it's like
where
it's like the HR stuff, like, oh, complain to HR and say that your cereal was
Yeah,
stale and you'll get a
something-
free box.
But I
Like,
feel like that's.
you can play
But do you
HR.
think a 10th grade girl would contact? That seems like one of those things where it's like, oh, my uncle makes video games, so I know that like Super Smash Brothers 4D's coming out next month, and I've already played it.
really?
You
Is
know?
is it good?
So sorry, you could turn the mics. I was just telling you that like off mic. That,
Yeah.
like, me and you could play.
Yeah, beat that up.
Like if you keep the snap streak up, if we hit 19, like I'll play Super Smash Bros. 4D with you. Dude.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Is
turn it back
coming
on.
for the Nintendo Switch.
But I would like in a similar kind of note when I was like using Twitter a lot. Say when I had like 500 tweets, if they all went away, like even though it means nothing, like who cares if people can see them? I might reach out to Twitter and see if they can get them back.
See,
you know what I mean?
I think I'm like.
And
think
when
I'm
I'm in
over
10th grade,
social media.
this is when
because
I'm in
maybe-
10th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at this point I wouldn't like.
No,
I don't know. Who
Yeah, I
knows?
guess maybe.
I guess it's a different
Who
time,
knows?
but
But did we use Twitter in 10th grade?
No.
no,
yeah, I know
guess
what you mean, as a
but
10th
around
grader.
then, yeah, you know.
I would. God, I pray to God every night that Snapchat deletes my Facebook or something like that.
That would be fun.
All right, that's something we could talk about. Facebook almost bought Snapchat
Yeah, I think
And-
they
For
were
$1 billion.
for $1 billion,
Yeah.
and we would be. Oh, you know what? Mark Zuckerberg seems like the kind of guy who would like.
Oh wait,
who
no.
would call Snapchat to get his
Didn't
streak back.
didn't Facebook buy Instagram for $1 billion? Maybe
I think it was
mixing that up.
$3 billion for Snapchat, and they
Snapchat,
turned
okay.
it down.
Yeah.
I
That's
saw that
insane.
actually.
and that was before Snapchat like really took off and
Yeah.
exploded.
Mhm. It might have been pre-stories, maybe not. I don't know.
Do you think the Zuckman has a Snapchat?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Ugh, what a creep!
I'm sure he's sending pics. you know?
God, he probably like. Ugh, I hate Mark Zuckerberg.
Do you
If
actually?
you can't tell.
Save that for a Facebook.
He's like an
episode.
alien. Have you seen videos of him like trying to act on his Facebook? And he forces you to watch them. I don't like Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook. I don't like him in real life, and they're forced onto my Facebook feed
It's kind of like
and
how,
my Snapchat
it's
feed.
kind of like how
somehow.
Spiegel's messaging you every day. He slides into your DMs. Yeah.
You see the new Zuck post? Smeagol, come on, man.
That's
See,
what he snaps.
I'll be
you.
Team Smeagol if it means that we could take down Zuck.
Hmm.
You guys seem to
Fair
disagree.
I don't know why we started hating on Mark Zuckerberg. I don't
He's
know.
a creepy robot, and I'm on the Winklevoss's side, to be honest.
Did you see
Now
how
we're
jacked
gonna
those
go there.
guys are?
Yeah, they're Olympic.
In the
they're
in the
Olympic
Facebook movie?
rowers.
Yeah. Well,
All right, well, let's
Cool.
get back into the Snapchat talk. So we were going to bring up filters.
Filters. I wanted
Yeah.
to say that I feel like filters like in my mind. Filters are still a very new part of Snapchat.
Yeah.
But I was still tweeting when filters started. Like I remember tweeting about the filters,
funny.
and me tweeting seems like it feels
2
like
years
a
ago,
long
maybe,
time
right?
ago.
Yeah.
So probably I think maybe 2015.
Mhm.
But filters, I think, really changed Snapchat. Like they took Snapchat, they like cemented them into the the
Yeah.
main social media platform or whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
Right? Would you
yeah.
guys agree?
No, see, like
Yeah.
what I would say about filters is I
Explain
remember
to the
for
folks
us,
at home what filters are.
Okay, so
Andrew.
yeah, so for filters, it's kind of like you put the selfie camera on, you hold it down the screen basically,
face recognition.
and you get a cool photo. I remember when I got Snapchat. Actually, do you remember this?
Wait, that was a bad. I remember.
You get a
Wait,
cool
I
photo.
have.
Remember?
This is something I wanted to bring up.
Yeah,
I feel like I've like almost like a father figure would taught Andrew the cool parts of Snapchat.
yeah.
I've taught him about the filters.
So I got Snapchat in basically the day 2016 started. I decided,
Right.
you know what, I'm
The
like
new
Chris was saying, I was really anti it. I wanted to
Mhm.
just shed that
You
and
started
be
a
like,
new
I'll just
leaf,
try
yeah.
this out.
New
Yeah.
year,
Right.
New me.
So yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Oh, wait. What do you want me to say? Oh yeah. So filters.
Explain
So
the
I sent
father
Andrew a
figure.
cool filter, as I do. You know what? I'm an early adapter. I'll say. it.
Yeah.
I'm a cool filter user, and Andrew sent, "How do you do that?" Dude, come on.
Yes.
And then there's another time where you know how on Snapchat you could like pin some font to a fixed point in the video, so it's a video,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden there's
no
not-
one does that.
Still
no one
don't know
does
how
that.
to
It's
do it.
so
taught
funny.
Andrew how to do that, and I'm gonna leak one of my greatest Snapchat
Don't reveal.
secrets.
I don't reveal. Don't reveal.
All
the
right, I won't
secret,
reveal it.
think.
So everyone's gonna know how to do it. So it is so
Don't reveal the
obvious.
secret,
It's
don't reveal the
ridiculous. I won't explain it, but I'll explain what it is.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's gonna realize that one, I'm a sad man. And two, Andrew's even sadder for not knowing how to do this. I do this thing where it looks like a Google search. So you would look up like weirdo who doesn't know how to use Snapchat. Hit enter, and it takes you like Andrew's Facebook
Yeah.
profile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we could post one of those on the Snap story.
Yeah, yeah,
For the
so-
episode.
So Andrew, like one day we were having like a super serious conversation. Actually, I think like one of our friends like went missing for a few days, and it was like
Yeah.
so we were gathering a search party. And it was like very insane,
Uh-huh.
and Andrew like took me aside, and I thought he was like almost crying. It was really weird because I've never seen him cry, let alone show emotion.
Mhm.
And he just takes me aside. I think he was going to say something like heartfelt about our friend, and he goes like, "Hey, like, how do you do that thing on Snapchat, dude?" I'm almost crying now. I'm like, "What?" And now I'm crying with joy because I'm a father
look
figure
up to you
to
so much.
Andrew,
That's true.
and I had to explain to him how to do it.
Wow.
And our friend was found.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You took a picture and then you zoomed in and you could see it.
Yeah. I just like
Hey, guys.
posted a snap story of me Google searching where is our friend, and then
Yeah,
just
picture
panned the
of
camera.
him
It was Chris.
Yeah, it was me. I was lost. That's fine.
So yeah, those are all cool tips and tricks.
So that's
that
stuff
you taught
like
me.
because I was the same way as you guys. Like I thought Snapchat was kind of lame at 1st and I
Mhm.
never got it.
Mhm.
And then someone was like, "Oh, you should actually get it. It's pretty cool."
Yeah.
And I've never looked back.
See,
It's great.
another thing with the filters I want to say real quick is we are like probably mentioned this on the podcast, but I'd say we're heavily influenced by Jake and Amir.
Yeah.
And their Snapchat is
It's the best.
really funny.
Yeah.
It's really
best
fun
I've
stuff.
seen probably.
And the one that I always remember is like the Uber driver.
The Uber driver is
which
the best
when,
one. You can find that on Google.
Yeah,
If you look up Jake and Amir.
Uber driver. You probably won't get it if you don't know them, but
It's funny
it's
stuff.
it's still pretty funny. And the idea basically is that they're just driving and Jake uses a funny Snapchat filter and he pretends he's like a passenger in an Uber basically, and it has like a funny accent,
Right.
and it just works. Like,
And it's like, so
something
going
about
off
it
that,
works.
it's
And
like
the Snapchat filters
Like every filter is a new character. that you can
Exactly.
make.
So using
Hilarious.
Snapchat as this like mode to like deliver a funny content,
Yeah.
or whatever. It like it's not just a picture, which you can be super funny with a picture, and just like a whatever.
but it
caption.
transforms.
Right.
But then with a
from
video,
yourself.
it's second level, and then it's
Yeah,
like you
especially
can-
with the voice changer too.
Oh my god, yeah. So
you know
many
who's
options.
great with Snapchat, but I don't know if he has a public Snapchat, but he has Instagram where he posts the Snapchats he makes. Is Thomas
Yeah, I know
Middleditch
you're talking about.
from
yeah.
Silicon Valley. His characters are Jake and Amir quality. They're so
Yeah,
good.
They're good.
Hmm.
They're good.
And that you're
Yeah.
right. I feel like now I really understand what you're saying. Like people don't use the filters, and like the combination of filters and Snap Stories
No.
definitely should be a lot bigger than it
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, it's just like, I don't like how I look today. I'll switch
Yeah.
to. Oh, check this one out.
Well,
where my mouth is huge.
hey,
Yeah.
Send.
I'll be honest. If I'm Snapchatting like a girl or something, I'll put a filter on because like I'm too insecure about my own face.
I think that's
and then
normal.
I realize like
No, I think
ugh,
girls
I
do
think
that
I'm
too.
a sad man. Yeah, I'm
It's
I'm
like
not.
what's the
I am-
classic,
I'm
like,
not a-
doggy face?
I'm not
Like-
embarrassed.
The dog one is bad. No.
Yeah.
That one, I would use Uber driver.
yeah. You like me now?
Yeah, no, I think so. With filters, you got.
Maybe I
these-
shouldn't have brought that up. Now I'm embarrassed. I shouldn't have brought that up on the podcast.
No, yeah, we'll keep it in. Don't worry. You got
did that
those
yourself
filters. You
on
got
your own accord.
even. I think just as cool is like the locational filters and
Yeah,
stuff
the
like that.
geotags.
And it's like it's crazy how much it's expanded. The other day, I was just in a Dunkin' Donuts and just snapping, trying to send a picture to my boys maybe, and strolling in.
Yo, America
It
runs on
said
this.
Dunkin' Donuts, like whatever.
That's a new one where it's like super accurate
yeah,
locations.
and it's very accurate. One and two, it's like Snapchat must be making so much money because it's
Yeah.
like Dunkin' must be paying them to like
Yeah.
it's like advertising.
It's perfect.
Well,
it's
I don't
free.
know.
It's
Yeah.
advertising for the business that's nearby or
and
whoever's
it's
right.
cool
doing
for
it.
Snapchat,
And it's money for Snapchat because it's no
It's so
sweat
insane.
for them to just have another filter.
So many companies are
Genius.
like really building on the fact that people are so insecure about like how they appear to their friends.
Mhm.
So like that's like
yeah.
people look cool. Like say you go to a Red Sox game and there's a Red Sox filter. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna post it on your Snap story
Mhm.
because you're afraid that if your friends don't see it, they're not gonna know
Exactly.
you're cool.
And it's like
you
I
know?
went to a
and now companies make money off of that.
yeah.
Companies make money because I am insecure about how I look.
It's insane.
That's weird.
yeah.
You think they would know just by looking at the green
Like,
monster?
right.
There's, I went
to.
to a bar last weekend. I was telling Andrew about this, but it's like this like rooftop bar in Boston.
Sure.
It was very cool, very great experience. You could see the whole city, but basically, it seemed like it was a Snapchat fest. Like
Yeah.
everyone there's very little talking. It was more just like
See, that's what I
taking
think the
pictures.
negative
That's
part
where it
of
gets
Snapchat is.
yeah. That's where it
Right.
gets bad. You get that one funny one. Maybe I'll give myself a little southern accent with the filter, but I don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Southern charm.
Yeah, it is cool to post where you're going, and I
See,
do like.
yeah.
I do
That's
like
why-
the idea of like the one day. It's like on Facebook
Yeah,
I
it's
could
gone
scroll
in 24
forever.
hours.
On Snapchat can be like everything I'm seeing right now is within the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, Alex was in North Carolina. Andrew
Right.
was getting chased around by Spiegel.
Alex
You
was,
know?
Alex was in the mirror staring at himself, practicing his southern accent for 15 hours. Cool.
Yeah,
I think
cool about that.
you're right. It's everything turns into a snap fest, which is annoying, which is
Yeah.
probably why I don't use social media as much anymore. But at the same time, the people that are like, ugh, you can't live your life through a screen. It's so boring. Like, I still enjoy looking at people's snap stories.
Mhm.
So like, I think there is somewhat of a middle ground
Yeah,
there.
and
Like,
the other thing I wanted to say is like I would say that doing that is lame, but would that person say that like me like stopping on the side of the road because I see something funny and I want to send it to you guys, or like
right.
you know,
that's
like
not
take
lame.
time out of my day to like pose in a silly thing
Yeah.
just so
Right.
I could send you guys a funny picture? Like, would they say that's lame? Maybe. I don't know.
I guess it's just
Right,
you
but
gotta
like,
let it.
I would say the same thing is lame for just taking a video of like a skyline. and
Yeah,
being
I
like,
guess
yeah.
you gotta let
so
everyone
cool.
snap how they
I think,
wanna
yeah,
snap,
you got to
know?
stop judging people's Snapchat.
Mhm.
Yeah,
like,
you just
things.
gotta
You're right.
be cool
You're
with
right.
it.
Oh, what was I just gonna say? I forget. Oh yeah, this isn't what I was gonna say, but I'll switch the conversation. What about this new Snap Map thing?
Oh yeah.
The
I did wanna
location.
get into
that.
Andrew,
So that's what-
Andrew
Yeah,
seems
we
like
talked
he's
about the
probably a
locations.
huge fan of this.
You know I'm not, right? Or no?
What on earth, dude?
Dude, it makes so much sense. The Snap Map thing is totally involuntary. Like, I use the Find My Friends as like a thing with close friends that I think it's funny for them to know where I am. For instance, like Chris and I, if you just shared your location with us today, we would have known exactly when you were.
But I told you
coming
where
back.
I was, and I,
I know,
told you
but-
when I was coming back, so
All
you
right.
didn't know.
Either way, the point is in the Snap Map is it feels way more invasive to me, where you can just zoom out and see everyone. Like, I don't
I think
I don't authorize
But you could
everyone
turn
to
it
have
on and-
Snapchat.
You can
turn it
turn
yeah,
off.
you can turn it off. So I would just turn it off. But I'm saying,
And I think
compared to Find My Friends, I think it's way worse because I don't want to be able to zoom out and see where people are. I want to
But can't
look and see where my close friends are
Sure.
because I gave them permission
yeah,
to see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
still disagree, but it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's something funny about it. I don't like let people see where I am, but I have probably a handful of friends that I can see, and I just check
Right.
because there's something funny about seeing like the Bitmoji like crawling on. Like,
Well, that's another thing.
it's funny because it's like one of my friends works at an airport, for
Mhm.
example. So whenever I look, it's like it shows him like carrying some bags, like 'cause he
Every
just is
day.
there, so they think he's like traveling. Or then like other friends in the car punting around with their Bitmojis,
Right.
and you see all those memes like someone in like a lake, kayaking, and then
and
it's
then
like,
it says their Snap story, like, where am I?
yeah,
like drowning.
that's so funny.
When this is something like it's just hitting me like probably within the last month. When did Bitmoji and Snapchat like become the biggest combination in the world?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So
Like,
Snapchat,
I don't have a Bitmoji
That-
yet. Now I like legitimately feel behind in life.
That really upset me because I forget. Yeah. Eventually.
I still don't even know what a Bitmoji is.
So Chris had Bitmoji really early.
I was
on.
an early
Remember, he was
innovator of
sending us
that.
Bitmojis, and we were like, "This is so stupid."
And it's lame.
now
is
everyone
it
loves
lame?
it. I love it.
I think it's lame.
Well,
so.
I'll say.
Apparently it's not though.
Yeah, Andrew will like it in a year, so don't worry.
Yeah.
No, but
I got a Bitmoji as well because I don't know. I kind of
Everyone
like
else- yeah.
like occasionally they'd have funny filters with like
Exactly.
your Bitmoji, and you're like, all right, so I'll
Why
just
not?
get one. So I
Um,
got one, but then it erased that cool picture you can do. That
Yeah, yeah.
Snapchat has that 4
Well, that was
picture
lame
thing.
too, kind of.
I liked that, and
I don't think I ever did that. Maybe
and
I'm-
Snapchat deleted it.
This is why I don't like
it-
social media.
It took it over with your Bitmoji, and you can't get it back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
that's a
that.
bummer.
But sorry,
Um,
Chris, what were you
Well,
gonna say?
so Snapchat acquired Bitmoji.
Yeah.
a few
Oh,
years ago.
Yeah, they did.
One cool thing that I saw. So I went on vacation. I've talked about it on the pod, I think, to Los Angeles.
Right.
And
City of Angels, you called it.
that's the one.
Yeah. Okay.
And Snapchat's headquarters is in like the Venice Beach area.
oh no.
And
Smeagol's checking your location on the
So-
Snap map.
so
Just here.
I went into a bar while I was there, and it was kind of a poppin' bar.
Sure.
But in the corner, I see a handful of people who clearly Snapchat engineers.
Oh,
like,
I remember
didn't look
you
like they
saw
fit in.
this.
Mhm.
And how I knew for sure, I said that before I saw what I'm about to talk about. Like I just, I knew
Yeah.
that that's who it was.
Their
But then
faces looked like they already had like filters on them.
Yeah, but their name,
Ghost
their like
mask.
badges, their badges that I'm assuming gets them in the building or
Yeah.
whatever, had their name and then also their Bitmoji.
That's
which,
neat. I
Which
kinda
that
think
was
that's neat.
was funny, and I was
I like
oh,
that.
this is great.
I feel like we're being like.
So
I feel like we're
this
being
is like a
so
roller
testy
coaster.
right now. It's like the listeners at home are not sure if we're gonna hate it or love it.
Like
Like,
Snapchat?
I love it.
no,
I'll
like
say it
that.
right now.
Like that was like a story, for instance, where I think a listener at home could have been like, "Oh man,
Oh,
Chris is totally
think
gonna
it's so
hate this,"
cringy.
and then
Yeah.
it's just like, "It's great."
Well,
you
that's
know?
because we're unpredictable and losers,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
don't know.
we're
well,
just, we're
all
just
right.
talking.
I remember what I was
All
going to
right,
say.
I want to say sorry before you forget again. We should wrap this up in like
Ooh.
5 minutes so we can transition to our other segments.
All right, I
So wrap
think
up the Snapchat talk.
the geolocations should be able to be used on your phone's camera because the Snapchat camera is not bad. It's worse. It is bad. It's worse quality than your phone's camera.
Mhm.
But I would enjoy looking back on pictures and seeing like South Carolina,
Hmm.
like a group picture
Mhm,
like that.
sure.
Like you should be able to put those filters on pictures you want to save
So
for
you think
life,
that-
not just pictures that are going to be gone soon.
you think that the Snapchat ones are significantly worse quality than a regular photo?
Yeah, isn't that? I know. I'm
I
sure
think
they've
that's true,
improved.
but
I know it
I
used to be
don't know.
really much worse.
Hmm.
I think it's improved, but yeah, I think a regular photo. I'm sure it has to do with like going into an extra app or something like that in
Yeah.
Snapchat. I don't know how it
That
works,
makes sense.
but I just want to be able to save a picture with a geotag on it. Like if I could save a picture with like
Like you're saying,
say I
Apple
go
should have this
to
feature.
Niagara Falls and it's going to be a great group picture, and on the bottom it says Niagara Falls because that's the geotag. I would print that picture out or post it on Instagram like that or
Mhm.
something. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's a little thing Snapchat.
Cool.
I mean, I
Super
guess you could
interesting.
save pictures.
Yeah, and one other a little addendum before we close is I
Mhm.
do think that the map feature is cool, which I just realized the other day is that if you do post a tag on your story or whatever that says Niagara Falls, then it pops up on the map. I'm pretty sure.
Your store,
Like
what
you
does?
pop up on the map if you're telling on the story where you are. I think that's fair, and that makes the map kind of cool.
so if I
Wouldn't it do that regardless though?
But if
Even if
I'm
you're-
pretty sure if you don't share your location, it still does that. Just because it can tell, like you already told people you're in
Alright.
Boston.
right?
I think
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I
That's
don't.
a
just a thought.
neutral to
Yeah, that's
bad.
cool. I guess. No, I still don't like it. To be
Thanks.
honest.
Thanks.
All right, so you want to move on then?
Yeah, I guess.
Anything
Yeah,
else
is there
we have to say about
anything else you
Snapchat?
guys want to touch on?
I do feel like there's a lot
guys-
we're not talking about.
yeah,
You guys ever flirt with a chick on Snapchat?
Wait, that's something I wanted to talk
that
about.
was one of my main
I
points.
think like the dating scene or like talking to girls or whatever is highly dependent on Snapchat now.
Mm.
Whereas 4 or 5 years ago,
Mhm.
not even close.
Yeah.
So we were saying this is gonna make us sound like weirdos. So maybe we'll have to cut this out. But like,
Okay.
I don't want a girl. I don't want to be best friends with a girl on Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I told you this.
If I just start talking to her or just add her on Snapchat, I'm probably gonna like snap her back every time she snaps me because
Yeah.
I'm a lonely, sad man. I don't know if I brought
Yeah.
that up. So
Especially
I'm
if you
a-
like them.
right. So I'm not snapping a girl back if I don't like her. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna instantly go to her number one best friend.
Just
That's
'cause you don't
embarrassing
use the
because it
app
makes
that
me look like a loser.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whereas in reality, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
who cares if I'm not Snapchatting other people?
That's why I think
no
ta-
one should care about that.
Taking out the best friends app was a good move or the best
Right,
friend
right.
feature. Like that was just.
But this is still making
No,
it
it's
weird.
But you-
different.
but now you can
It
still
doesn't
see
matter
it.
because you
Yeah.
see that smirk face.
Yeah,
That-
that's
the
true.
girl would see the
'Cause
smirk
now
thing
it-
and be like, "Wow, he's already my best friend. Like,
But the-
he must talk to no one." I
But
don't
this
know.
is
that's like a fear.
Does
of mine.
anyone
I know
our
this
age
is.
think that?
I know. Wait, that's what I'm saying. I know
It's
this
a fear
is
of mine.
ridiculous because
Those
if
are
a
people on
girl
date.
judged me based on that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like her anymore.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Well, that was like,
But I still. So we like being like Snapchatting a lot because it like creates this buffer.
I agree.
This buffer
It's like
zone
this facade of like
best friends.
we'll always be like near each other's top best friends, so that it's the
So
buffer
that
zone.
when
so
I
like,
do start-
so like a random girl isn't gonna just break that
Right.
immediately, and then they won't know.
This
So
makes us sound so cool.
No,
Yeah,
it's
we
true, though.
Snapchat random
And no
girls.
joke, that's why we stopped using we
group?
mentioned in a previous
The group.
episode, COD Appst, which was the
So you can
Snapchat
make group
text.
text. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, which
those
I-
group ones, it doesn't, because most of the snaps I send to Alex, I send to Chris, and vice versa. But in that group, so we just made the group one. But in the group one, like it doesn't count towards like your best friend thing. So my best friends would be like the randomest people because I only would Snapchat you guys through that group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it would be weird.
And
I didn't
also,
like
I'd
that.
say like a lot of my close friends. So I had one with you guys. I had one with my roommates. I had one with my work friends. So it's like, then I could see how someone could slip through the cracks. you
Yeah.
know? Like because
Yeah.
That's why we had
I-
to stop using ours.
When
And
we
Snap-
started using the group message, we stopped becoming best friends.
And it
I got
sucks.
stood up 15 times, 15 straight dates.
Yeah.
Stood right up. She texted me saying, "Sorry, I'm busy tonight with my other Snapchat best friends, you loser."
they all sent you screenshots of just a smirky face.
Is it possible to have no best friends on Snapchat? I don't think I've ever had that.
Probably.
Let's try.
I think we just alienated like half of our fan base
Yeah.
or listeners.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I
should-
feel like that's good or no?
Yeah, we should mention that if you didn't listen to the first part of the podcast, our
Yeah.
Snapchat is I Need a Hobby Pod on Snapchat. And
And
you should follow us because we're going to be posting some stories, especially after this episode.
Yeah,
this
also
week.
Snapchat us anything. Like this is
Yes.
a great episode to Snapchat us because this episode is on Snapchat.
Yes.
So, maybe if you're at the eclipse or something stupid or
a little late for that, but all right.
yeah.
I would also say
I
if
don't
you
know.
can figure out what the Snap Cash feature does.
Yeah, send us
send
some.
it our way.
Send us
That'd
Send
be
us
great.
some money. I could use some money.
All right, are we ready to transition?
Sure.
Yes.
So we have our next section of the show which is called Snapchat or Snap what, Alex?
It's a Snapchat or Snap Whack.
Snapchat or Snap
Getting
Whack?
this one on the
Jeez.
Snapchat story.
Wow.
So
For the fans at home, this I also have to add. It's Tuesday at 9:35. This is gonna be fresh up
Yeah,
in a
this is
few
the
hours.
fresh.
Yeah.
This is the
Typically,
fresh
we'll
app.
record them a couple days before, but this is exciting. For context, Kyrie Irving is on the Celtics now.
yeah,
Crazy.
that's yeah.
This is probably
Terrible
yeah,
Wow,
trade,
this
but-
is
most
fresh.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion. All right. Anyway,
Sorry, go on.
sorry. So, Alex mentioned in a previous "What's on Your Mind" about how the Snapchat, what are they? Stories,
They're featured stories. Yeah.
very strange, and they've got some weird stuff.
Very
so
clickbaity. Very
super
like,
weird, basically.
unnecessary.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
They pretend to be news stories, but they're the most
totally fake.
like non-essential news you would ever need.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Kardashians
most
are very
And
thoroughly
you
involved.
can follow things like CNN or ESPN or whatever, that like stuff you want to get real news, but they also have these.
Most
weird
of them
normal
aren't
ones.
Right.
though.
Yeah.
Even the ESPN one, like, is not very like.
well, ESPN
whatever.
is very
Yeah,
bad
true.
in general.
True. All
Just
right.
like
Let's-
Snap
let's
stories.
get into this. So you guys will say Snapchat if you like it, and Snap Whack if
Yeah, so like
It's
if
bad.
we would open this and
Yeah.
read the story,
Mhm.
that's a Snapchat. And if we want it,
Snap Whack.
girl, you're Snap Whack.
All right. So I'm looking right now, Tuesday, 9:36 p.m.
So if you're at
August
home,
22nd, 2017.
You
most
might
of these
still
will be able to
see
be
this.
seen tomorrow.
Yeah,
probably.
maybe.
The ones that you say, the ones that I
So-
bring up, years ago.
These are some real live ones, and Alex is claiming that he has like a greatest hits on his phone.
Oh,
Or
no.
great hits, maybe not greatest,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
funny
just-
ones
just
of the
hits.
years.
some featured
Okay,
stories from
so
the past.
here's the first one: Snapchat or Snapwhack. Is this chocolate or a table with a picture of someone biting into what looks like a table?
Wow. Oh man.
Yeah,
does that convince you at all?
Girl, that's snap whack.
Yeah, I'm saying that's Snapwhack.
All right.
Though I do hope it's chocolate.
I'm guessing it's chocolate.
I'm gonna open it up. It's
All
a
right,
girl
you
and
said
she's biting. WTF is happening in these 11 food game shows?
No,
No,
don't
we don't have
read
time for
those.
that.
That's
She's
snap
biting
whack. Snap whack.
into it.
Don't open it. It's
And connection failed. Okay, cool. Next up.
Thank God.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go much further. Next up, Lil Yachty spent $14,000 on
Snap
one
whack.
pair of sneakers. Lil Yachty spent $14,000 on a pair of sneakers.
that's what I
Snapchat or
mean.
Snapwhack?
That for me is I'd say that's a Snapchat. That's such clickbait, but it's like $14,000. That's a lot of money.
Chris is a sucker for.
I'm gonna save
clickbait,
that
I
for
can
my
tell.
ratings, but I have a lot to say about these. stories.
I feel like this is like the new aged meme. Snapchat's trying to become new aged meme.
Mhm.
That and Lil Yachty is a part of it, so that is snap whack.
All right, next up, a new way to charge your iPhone.
Is that the like Mashable one or no?
Snapchat.
Yep, it's
Yeah, because
Mashable.
Mashable,
Chris,
I
look
don't
at
know
this.
exactly what that is, but they exclusively do stories on iPhones seemingly.
Oh.
So, and I do usually click on
Yeah,
them.
I do. I click on almost all these stories. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
exactly,
lie.
so-
That's a Snapchat though.
That's
Snapchat?
yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
All right, next one. Key and Peele versus racist zombies.
Ugh.
Snapchat, Snapwhack.
It depends what I'm doing. If I'm like sitting, if I'm just trying to kill a couple seconds, probably not. I feel like that's an investment, you know?
That's snap whack no matter what I'm
yeah,
doing.
I'm saying it's probably Snapwhack. Big fans of Key and Peele though.
All right, I feel like
I'll get a
I feel
few
that's
in here.
enough.
I'll
I
get a
feel,
few
I
in
feel
here.
like these are good.
All right.
Oh wait, how about this one? How to dress like a badass with a picture of Robert Pattinson looking like he's all dolled up.
That's a.
Hmm. Depends on what I'm doing, but almost all the time Snapchat.
As long as the door is closed in my room, that's a Snapchat.
As long as it's just me and Smeagol, that's a Snapchat.
All right,
All right,
let's
how
go
about
to the
this?
Alex.
Okay.
You can change.
Now,
you got
see,
some
you
really good
you
ones.
hype these up for sure.
We'll see.
Okay. 39 things most girls do when they're naked. Snapchat or snap whack?
I'm kind of curious.
Oh
I
God,
think
never
39 is way too much.
Yeah, is
to me.
that,
Right?
that
That's-
must be a
that- like,
BuzzFeed
so many
thing.
things.
That is insane, right?
Yeah, that's
And-
a lot.
Like, I don't want to read what girls are doing when they're naked.
And I'll click on those like BuzzFeed articles like that every now and then.
I'll click on those articles about naked
They're
girls.
always
every
the
now and
same.
then.
They're always
Oh,
the same stuff.
Can
you
I
know?
hop back in? This was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
I saw before that. I know you'd like this one, Alex, because you mentioned basically one just like this in the episode where we talked about it. I don't know which episode, but the crazy things Latinos did during the eclipse. Snapchat or Snapwhack.
Right.
That's
like
a snap
unnecessary.
chat.
That is
So
unnecessary.
This is like the worst part of Snapchat. Why do they do this?
How about
I have
this
no
one?
idea.
Why do dogs hump everything? That's a snap whack.
Snapchat. That's Snapchat.
What?
Yeah, I'm
This
not
one,
doing
I think it doesn't need saying. It's a Snapchat.
Mhm.
How to pleasure a tree, and it's a girl kissing a tree.
it. Ooh la la.
Come on.
Snapwhack.
All right, so that's Snapchat or
Wow.
snap whack.
Yeah, good searching.
Like, I think it's safe to say that that whole feature of Snapchat is snap whack.
Hmm.
Unnecessary. Andrew was like upset. He has
I'm watching this right now, dude. The funniest Latino memes about the eclipse. Swipe up to LOL. Holy
See,
crap.
I don't know if
You're
I like
swiping.
this.
You're
I'm
swiping
swi-
aggressive.
I'm swiping.
He's LOLing.
It's a Latino guy wearing 3 pairs of sunglasses. Yeah, I'm done. I'm
And
done with
there's
this. This is
Alex
Snapwhack. Yeah, there's Alex.
wearing no
Wearing
pairs of
nothing.
sunglasses.
All right. So that's I think a quick way that we wanted to talk about how Snapchat can be a bit snapwhack if you're
Right.
if you're if you're somehow exclusively using it to get news. I think that is not the right move.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
just a heads up to all the listeners out there doing that. Okay.
Great.
So we're gonna move on to ratings.
Yes.
We're
So
finally
so
feel like it's been a while
Yeah, I was
since we've
gonna
done
say the
ratings.
same.
So we're gonna be rating the
Um,
hobbies
yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10 and a yay or nay afterwards. So 1
Yes.
being the worst, 10 being the best. Yay or nay if we will continue to use this hobby, meaning will we continue to be Snapchatting? Or do we see, I guess in the immediate future, it's all going to be a yay. So do we see an end in sight for us in Snapchat?
Okay.
Will be the yay or nay.
Okay, I like that.
Oh wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do you
Let's
think
see.
that I have no plans of quitting Snapchat?
Do we have any predictions for Snapchat real quick? Like a quick lightning round of like where Snapchat's going to go?
Hmm.
I think Snapchat's here to stay.
But where how it's going to evolve, I mean.
I think it's gonna become the primary messaging. If it's not already, I think like the DMs or whatever people call it these days. It's like
Right.
that's you can message people there. You can do the pictures.
No,
you can get your news.
No way.
Like I think.
It's not.
Okay, let me
Right.
finish it. I don't know, but I think it's like that type of thing is gonna like be how people communicate. It's like Facebook,
Right.
like I don't know. It's gonna. I feel like the internet is gonna evolve into like 4 things, and
Yeah.
that's gonna be the messenger.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's-
think it
that's
can't.
scary.
It can't because
You don't.
the backbone of Snapchat is that the messages disappear after you look, and not everyone would be cool with that taking over.
Yeah, but
You
I
don't
can
think
see I can
Apple-
see a longer term vision for Snapchat where like somehow I think their messenger sort of system is far outdone Facebook at this
You could
point.
save pictures that people send you. Holy cow. His eyes are bugging out of his head. He's saying, my, oh my. His microphone's on the ground because he's shocked.
I'm still looking at the funny things Latinos do.
Yeah, you could save
Yeah.
pictures that people send you. I agree with Chris. I wouldn't be surprised if, like,
Wow.
maybe there's, like, Apple or the Messenger app on Apple could somehow do, like, a Snapchat type of feature or something. Or there'll just be 2 separate apps. I mean, texting on Snapchat is lame, so text on Messenger, but sending pictures on Messenger is kind of weak. So send them on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
Ratings.
So ratings.
Yeah.
So I already said what the scale is. So Alex, what's your rating on Snapchat?
Snapchat has, as you could tell in this episode, I have no firm opinions whatsoever on Snapchat. I'm kind of all across the board. I used to like it a little, then I didn't like it at all. Now I like it a lot. If it's a girl snapping me, if it's Andrew, I like it almost none. But it's definitely here to stay. I am happy that I got the app those many years ago. And I think, I don't know if it's made me a good person, like Andrew said at that one point. But maybe I'm just a bad person. 7 out of 10. Yay.
All
Okay.
right.
Chris.
So Snapchat. So yeah, kind of we talked through our history with Snapchat. I think, as we've said, it's here to stay for the time being. It's something that I use a decent amount. And I think, I mean, we talked a lot of trash about the stories, but sometimes when I'm like, I'll like set my alarm in the morning, and if sometimes you want to like stay in bed for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
I'll end up on the stories. I'll
Yeah.
end up watching some
Yeah,
dumb
that's
stories. Sometimes they'll have like these like mini series, not like
Oh,
like I watched
you're
one the other
watching-
day.
You're not watching your friends' stories. You're watching.
Well, I'll watch those stories, but then
Chris.
the other day I watched this one, and bear in mind I was half
He's
asleep.
saying this like with his head hanging down. He knows this is embarrassing and disgraceful.
And I recommend you watch it if you haven't, listeners. But there was a story that was like a guy and a girl, and it was like he broke up with her, but can she win him back? And it was just like you watched like a minute or two.
Don't look at me like I'm gonna be into this.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Here's my long term point. I've talked about how.
Wait, dude, I'm invested in this right now. What?
Did he win her
Did
back?
you watch the story?
Yeah, so I watched the story, and yeah, they're together now.
Oh.
Snapchat did that. No, but what I'm saying is like Snapchat has evolved from literally a send pictures of your privates to this
Right.
point where it's like I said, I think one of the primary messaging apps, one of the top ways people get news, and I think it could evolve into a place where you can consume like TV and stuff like that.
Right.
You know.
Every-
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna disagree with
Every
that.
once in a
I'm
while-
saying it's literally already it's happened.
Every
you
once
can
in a
watch
while-
TV. You can. What are you disagreeing?
I don't know.
with?
It's just it's.
Why do you disagree with everything I,
just-
say on this podcast?
I'm just disagreeing. That's
just,
all. I don't agree
I'm
with
just-
what you're saying. I don't think it's going to be a top news source or
I'd say
stream TV.
we could do some research. A
I
lot
just
of people
wanted to say that
probably-
like sometimes celebrities will accidentally post nudes to their story, and it's funny.
Yeah,
you know
that's
that's
true.
funny. So at least it's
Okay.
funny
Glad
for the
you could
time
get that
all
being.
I'm
in.
saying is it went from just the nudes to everything.
Mhm.
Great app, 8 out of 10. Yay! I'm sticking with it for now.
Nice.
All right. Good rating, Chris. So I'm going to go as well.
Andrew just attacks Chris during his rating. Then he goes,
Andrew doesn't let me get
"Actually,
a word out and then
and-
says it was
rating."
great.
I do agree with what you're saying for your overall rating. 8 out of 10. Yay. So I guess I'll
That's
just
what you're giving it.
get that out early. But yeah, what I would say is that it's been good for me to be like I said, more comfortable with just being silly and not caring about likes. Stuff disappears, which you were saying, Alex, is really nice.
Right.
And I think I have a lot of fun Snapchatting you guys funny things. Originally, I thought it would be even as soon as like a few months ago, I thought it was like more important, like we were saying, like for girls. It was like a
Right.
fun thing to like talk to girls with. But I'm realizing now that that's not. It doesn't really
okay.
matter. I think it's
Oh,
good
none of
'cause
this.
it's-
None of this social media stuff matters. For,
yeah,
for real.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
our lives would probably be significantly
Easier,
better.
Yeah, without it. So that's going to dock it down a little. Originally, like if we had done this podcast about a month ago, or maybe more like 3 months ago, I'd be like, this is awesome. It's a good way to talk to people. You can be casual, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like, it's kind of like maybe I'm overreacting. So I'm going down a little bit. But overall, I think very good. Have a good time with it. 8 out of 10, yay. for Snapchat.
Whoa. Wait. So you almost gave it a 10 out of 10?
I would have given it a 9, I think.
Wow.
Like a little
I
bit
can see
ago.
that.
But I downgraded to a 10. Or I mean, a 11 out of 10, 8 out of 10. And that's good because I was a big hater until I got it. And, you can't, what is it? You don't knock it till you try it. And
Right.
that was a big realization I had.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did try it.
Nice.
Okay, so we are going to move on to our next section of the show, which is called What's on Your Mind, where we talk about what's on our minds. We always get an awesome theme song from a fan for What's on Your Mind, and this one comes from Smeagol.
It goes down in the DM. It go down. It go down in the DM. It go down. I tell down. Snapchat media.
All right, thanks, Evan S. So, let's get to what's on your mind. We always talk about what's on our mind, something that's going on in our lives or otherwise.
Sure.
Chris, what is on your mind this week?
So, guys, here's what's on my mind, and this is kind of an update to my to a former What's on Your Mind I did. So earlier I talked about lunch. How should the adult
Your lunchbox.
man bring lunch?
Right.
And just wanted to talk to you guys through
Go
what
back
I've been
in
doing.
our past episodes to hear that. Chris
Yeah.
is
So
what's on
basically,
your
that
mind.
was just how are you supposed to bring lunch? Do you bring lunchbox? Do you bring
in the
Tupperware, whatever.
working world.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to give you guys a walkthrough last week. I brought lunch 3 days.
Oh no.
Here are my findings.
Oh no. Here
Day
we go.
1, just a Tupperware.
That's what I think I suggested.
Effective, useful, but you can't really bring like other stuff,
Fair.
So that was the flaw there. Day 2, Tupperware in a plastic bag,
Plastic bag.
Why would you do that?
like a grocery bag, like a something you get from like a Stop and Shop. Type
Sure.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
with
I
with an
like that.
apple in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Bag rips. Day 2,
Dude, why
Fail.
get it? You should have brought like the reusable grocery bag, if anything.
Day 3.
Day 3. No, I mean I should have. That's just what I had like available.
Okay,
so I was
okay.
like, this will try it. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Day 3, I make a salad.
Just the apple.
Let's make a salad.
Also-
I cup it in my hands as I walk into work.
I will also say that I bring basically the same thing for lunch. Whenever I bring lunch, it's like a salad with a little bit of meat and sometimes some snacks. Day 3, big Tupperware
Nice.
salad.
Bigger than usual?
Slightly
Bigger than the
usual.
last 2 days?
Bigger than the last 2 days.
Nice.
Put a bag of almonds and a granola bar in the salad with the salad.
With the dressing too?
Under the Tupperware?
In the Tupperware.
Where's the
No
dressing?
bag.
Chris, where's the dressing?
I'm not a big dressing guy, so it
what?
works out. I'll
You
say-
go no dressing?
I usually throw
Dude,
a
that's
little
why he
hummus
never
in
wears
there.
clothes for the podcast.
This one
Oh, okay.
effective,
That
but
does sound effective.
I opened up my salad at lunch. Someone said something about it. This is just what I wanted to avoid.
What'd
People
they
saying,
say?
Just saying, whoa, like you putting stuff in your salad,
yeah,
like
dude,
with a
what do you
wrapper?
expect?
Wait, hold on, Chris. You're the king of
You
small
used
talk.
you
should
used
give
your
it lo-
salad Tupperware as a lunchbox, basically.
I honestly think what Chris did was fine.
I
But
think that's fine too, but it's
you gotta expect- you gotta expect.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
expect
When you're the
ridicule.
king of small talk, you should have loved that.
Mm-hmm.
You should have been like,
Yeah,
heck yeah, I did.
yeah, and I did.
And
I
you know
did
what? I
try
don't
to-
like dressing. What are you gonna say about it?
Mhm.
I did try to ride myself out of that, but my final statement this
what-
weekend went to a Target, bought myself a very simple lunchbox.
Wow,
I think
you got to
that's
post a
gonna be-
picture of it on Snapchat
I will
after
post a
this.
picture. Just wanted to give you guys a little walkthrough.
All right,
my
good.
life.
I like that.
Little what's on my mind update.
So, what are you gonna? Are you gonna put the Tupperware in the lunchbox?
Yeah,
Not just
Yeah.
loose salad.
Here's how to have
I
lunch
might just
like
throw
a
some
normal
loud.
person.
Yeah, maybe I try that first.
No, try that.
Just throw some lettuce in. Yeah.
I think
salad in the
that
maybe
is.
I'll use some dressing.
I
now.
think that's your best option, but the grocery bag was probably like it should have been functional if it didn't
Mhm,
rip,
That's true.
but it does look kind of like ratty. I feel like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know.
true.
You work there. You can see what other people do.
That's true. Well,
Um,
now I'm doing the lunchbox.
good
I'm
choice,
full
though.
of
Good
it.
idea.
I'm proud of you, Chris. You
Thank
made
you
it.
guys.
All right, Alex, what is on your mind?
All right. Oh, I just hit my funny bone.
Ooh,
Ouch.
Give it a second.
Oh, God. Here's what's on my
All of a
mind
sudden,
now.
yeah, it's like you got brain freeze and everything.
Yeah.
All right. 3D printers are sweeping the nation. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they used to be, but probably, I guess, still.
Okay.
I feel like they aren't
Well,
as popular as they
Well,
once were.
then what about Funny Bones, guys? No, what about 3D Pictionary? Where you have
I
to
need to think about that. For a
3D
second.
3D print something, and then everyone has to guess what it is.
That sounds like a long.
I
game.
mean,
Sounds like it would cost like $500.
brain freezes is what I was actually one.
Wait, that's
So
a
you don't
pretty-
think that'd be something like for a rich people to do? Would be fun.
Oh yeah, a rich person like family board game.
That does sound fun.
Take the money out of it. It's just like a thing to do. You know.
That would cost so much money.
I
think.
just said take the money out of it.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, 3D printers aren't like outrageously expensive.
Listen, people own 3D
yeah.
printers, and people could say, "Oh, that's going to cost way too
Okay,
much money."
what do you mean
Well,
by
they do own
outrageously expensive? Like board games cost like
Yeah, okay. I'm
$20.
saying it costs more than a board game, but if you already have a 3D
If you already have a
printer-
3D printer, why not play a little 3D Pictionary?
To be honest, I don't know how 3D printers work at all. So
I figured like maybe you could like
it kind of like so.
it's like a
basically,
week. This is like a week-long game. you have to program what you want to design.
Uh-huh.
First of all, you draw it out of a hat. Oh wow,
Oh, I've
a
got-
mini figurine. Then you have to program what you want to design. Then you print it out 3D style.
Mhm.
Then you invite everyone over and you
Mm.
say, "Guess."
That's fun. Yeah, because I do have a friend who's.
That's fun. See,
I think that'd be great.
All right, no
I've-
money involved, and he says it's fun.
My buddy who.
You're being a Debbie Downer
Not
about this
everything.
Sorry
one.
guys.
My friend who has a 3D printer, I've seen him do stuff on it, and it doesn't take that long. I mean, it does take more than a game of Pictionary. But like, if you're like, say you're having like a dinner party, which I tend to have, and you put this at the center of the table while you're eating, everyone
Right.
pokes their head over every now and then.
Sounds
or something.
like a great
So,
time,
that'd be
doesn't
so
it?
funny.
Oh wait, what? Chris, is that? Oh, Chris is printing out a little bit of a fork. It looks like, and then Chris goes, "No, no," and then you see like there's a Greek god coming out too. Oh, it's Poseidon, king of the ocean. And Chris goes, "Ding, ding, ding."
Yeah.
That's a great time.
Yeah.
Andrew's speechless. He's upset.
So good.
All right.
That would be cool. Printing Greek gods. Now you've piqued my
Okay.
interest.
All right. What's on your mind? If you don't want to talk
All
about
right,
this,
here's mine. No, it's just as bad.
Make it quick.
here's something that I feel like we just take as a fact. It's kind of a two-parter. That second part I just thought of now. But the first part, the main one I want to talk about is that like worms, the creatures,
oh my
kind of-
god, dude.
kind of like indestructible. Like what was up with that? You can cut them in half and then they're okay.
No, I'm not even going to entertain this. What's on your mind,
Dude, you're being
you,
a jerk.
You rushed through mine to get through sawing worms.
I
in
didn't rush
half.
through yours. Your idea sucks. I don't know.
Okay, wow. Yeah, what do you want me to say about worms being sawed in half?
I guess it's pretty cool.
That's just taken for granted. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, they could just do that.
You
But
can do the
what?
same thing with starfish.
Why though? How can you do
Yeah,
that?
that is pretty
Worms,
weird.
can you make two worms if you cut it in half? That's a real question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where
Does
the,
it kill
I don't know
them?
where the brain is.
Also, this part two is why do cockroaches survive nuclear warfare?
I
Is that-
think
is that
might
real?
be that might be a myth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Eh,
well,
I don't know.
the
I don't really
worms
know
one
much
is
about that.
definitely true.
Worms
That is cool.
definitely survive nuclear
Yeah, I guess it
warfare.
is kind of interesting, like with the starfish, so they can grow an arm. Humans obviously can't grow a whole new arm,
But if you cut, like-
can
if
if
you
cut
cut,
your
like, a-
fingertip off, like a little bit of it.
Yeah, then
something,
that grows
it's not
back.
done forever.
Maybe it's like an exaggerated version of that.
It's crazy how worms can do that with half their body.
Like if I see a worm outside, it's kind of like if you see a frog or something, you're like, oh, make sure you don't step on it because you'll kill it. Like you see a worm and you like squish its head, it's probably like, it'll probably just recover.
Oh,
Like,
God. Andrew goes, well, make sure you don't step on that toad, but make sure you do cut all those worms in half for me.
I don't understand how it's just been
Do
accepted.
you think they actually lived? You don't think like the second half eventually dies, like a chicken with its head cut off kind of deal?
I don't know. I have no idea. I know nothing about worms.
Huh. Yeah, me neither.
All right.
Maybe
I
we
probably
should
won't-
ask
I probably
the
won't
early
Google it.
bird.
Mm.
Wow, yeah,
Mm.
you're right.
They would get it.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably won't even Google it, but maybe, maybe one of the listeners will.
We could change what's on your mind to things we could have Googled.
All right, cool. Well, we're not going to do that today. We're just sticking with what's on your mind. And with that, we are done with what's on your mind.
Wait, so if you have a what's on your mind, we
Oh,
can
yeah.
do a fan submitted one.
Yeah, this one
Just
got
not
a
this
little
episode
long.
because the episode's long. Send it into ineedahobbypod@gmail.com or send it to us on Snapchat at ineedahobbypod.
Yep. And also, I'd say we have a couple big announcements coming soon.
Yeah,
Not
Yes.
like big, but
huge.
some things
Just
that are
furthering
going
the
on in
podcast.
the hobby world. So we will
maybe.
announce those soon.
And follow us on Snapchat because we're probably going to be talking about them there.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So,
Cool.
Chris, you want to hit us with the plugs?
Yeah, so Snapchat, we've been talking about all episode. I Need a Hobby Pod. That's also our other social media, so Instagram, Twitter, which, as we said, I haven't been on Twitter
Yeah,
forever.
don't follow us
Yeah,
there.
don't follow us there. But you can find all that on our website.
I feel like soon
ineedahobbypod.com.
we'll sell our Twitter to like some upstart company just
Yeah.
so they have a bunch of followers.
That would, yeah,
and everyone who follows us is
maybe
just
I'll
going
look
to
into
get
that.
weird tweets.
Could be interesting. And then if you haven't already, rate or subscribe and review us and rate
Yeah,
us
right.
on iTunes.
Leave us a review.
Yeah.
It helps the podcast grow. Rate us 5 stars if you like the pod. say something nice about us in the review. It does help out. We love seeing it. And tell a friend about the podcast, for God's sakes. It's been long enough. You have friends that listen to podcasts,
Of course.
right? We all do. I haven't told any of my friends about the
That's true.
podcast.
I can't hide it from them.
We'll do
No,
it
come
for
on.
us.
Yeah, just tell a friend. Help spread the show. And yeah, anything else?
I think that's
I
it.
Thanks for
need hobbypod.com/Amazon. See you next week.